Oh my god. Oh my god. Sorry we're eating in front of you, but get over it.
That might be like a strawberry lemonade thing.
Holy mother.
Like a strawberry rhubarb. Have you ever had blackbird?
I'm not like a donut girl. I know I suck. Okay, what's up you guys? Welcome back to my channel. I should say hey. I'm here with Brittany. Brittany is the, should I say CEO or like owner? Everything of Boston Food Journal. All of her information will be below for you guys, so you need to check out her Instagram, her blog, her website, everything.
Do it up.
If you ever need like ideas on where to go out to eat in Boston, what to order on a specific menu, like you've probably had it all.
Oh yeah.
You've probably eaten anything that you could eat on a menu and been to almost every restaurant.
Pretty much.
You know the landscape.
I know the scene pretty well. Yeah. Where to get the best.
She brought me donuts. I'm definitely gonna eat this whole thing.
Same.
So we wanted to do a look today that was like a sprinkled donut inspired. So like colorful, smoky fall look.
We're like, let's base it off of a donut, but I think we did kind of nail this. Like
we nailed it.
The dark autumn, like deep orangey purple, and the bright accent color, like the sprinkles. I think it really makes sense. It really worked.
So if you guys want to see how to achieve this, look at this, beautiful. You're gonna learn a bunch of like really good food blogging tips, beauty blogging tips, secrets, tips, tricks, all of that. That's all coming up in this video. Just keep on watching. I'm gonna make my little cocktail that I always make. I'm really just gonna mix them all together on the back of my hand. The primer will be good because it'll give you like a little bit of glow. This is like my favorite BB cream. It's just like the perfect consistency. And
am I gonna have to go buy it?
You need to buy it. You need to buy it.
Oh, it's Tarte.
It's Tarte. Tarte. And it's like, it can be sheer if you want it to be, but you can also build it up. And then I'm also mixing the Amazonian clay because that's like an actual foundation, but just a little bit of that. You have like 30,000 followers. You're like totally like gonna run your own business and take over the world. So how did you get started?
I get this question all the time.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And there was no planning. One day, one day I was out to dinner with my sister and I was like, hey, I'm always posting about food, like taking pictures, sending pictures to my family and friends. I'm just going to start this thing. Had no name. You know, I searched a couple things and they were taken and I was like, Boston Food Journal, sure, why not? And you know, at that point I didn't really know what influencing was because it
probably wasn't a thing, right? When did you start?
It was 2015.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a thing then. So my intentions were to just have fun and, you know, I do have an engineering degree, so at that time I was working in the digital world as a project manager, so doing really technical things. Yeah. So for me it was a extension of my creativity and a way for me to actually make something, which was really enticing. Yeah. I never intended for it to get big or turn into a business, and like that's the thing I tell everyone. It's like, if you want to be successful, you have to start it for the right reasons and not just be trying to get freebies and make money. Because you won't. There's so many of them.
Right.
So
it's
like,
so oversaturated.
You have to have passions and not just do it for a easy way out of corporate culture.
What you were posting last night, I was like,
oh, I know.
Yes.
Literally worked for 12 hours straight.
Oh my god. Like it's just so much work. Like you don't realize, you're just kind of like, oh, like they have a following and then brands just send them stuff. Like it's not how it works. Like it's so hard to build up a following and like people have to actually care about what you're putting out there and you have to care about it. Otherwise, no one else is going to, you know? And
it's like, there's so much behind the scenes correspondence. It's like contracts, deals, working out terms. It's like, at this point, there's FTC involved. Like, it's not just like, throw this up on your channel. It's like, there are actual documentations happening here. When you're working with large brands, you know, you know that. That in and of itself, like, I'll wake up in the morning, I'll have a ton of work emails, and then I'll have an inbox of 20 unread BFJ messages, and I'm just like,
here we go.
Here we go.
That's so true. Like, you just have to love it.
Wouldn't trade it for anything. No. For me, it's like, I love food, but just the ability to create and be an entrepreneur, that to me is like my fire.
To be your own boss.
To be my own boss, and to 100%. Wake up one day and be like, what can I do that no one's done before? Yeah. How can I be different than everyone else? I'm going to do this thing, see what happens. You know, it's a lot of test and learn, but like that's what makes me so excited every day, is the ability to just run with it however I want. Yeah, it's so awesome.
But like there's also like the other side of it. Like you have to be a self-motivator. You have to like, no one else is going to force you to do it. It's your thing, and sometimes that's super hard too.
Super hard. But I tell people are like, how do you do it? And I'm like, it is my thing. So if I really don't feel good and I need to go home from work and just sit on the couch and watch Dateline, which is like my jam.
You love Dateline?
Freaking love any murder show.
Amazing. It's like weird. CSI, like...
No. It's Dateline, 48 Hours, and then Dr. Phil.
Okay.
I'm a reality buff.
You're funny.
But I'm like, you know what? If I can't do it and I'm not going to be able to give that restaurant my best, I just reschedule. And I'm like, you know, I'm not forced to do anything here.
Right.
And yes, and it's all in good intention for the restaurant. You know, I want to give them the best results. So
100%.
if I'm not up for it, I don't force it.
We just set her face with, this is the Bare Minerals Mineral Veil. I really love setting with this because it's like a super satin finish. Like, I feel like a lot of translucent powders can dry you out, and this one is just like satiny. It's nice. I'm really excited to get to the eyes.
Kat Von D.
Yes. I'm like very excited to get to the eyes, but I'm like, pace yourself, Sarah. We're gonna start with face. So I'm gonna just contour a little bit with Kat Von D. Do you use this?
I don't. I use Anastasia contour.
Okay, cool. That was great too.
I love Kat Von D. Okay. Best lip stuff, I think.
Yes.
So
oh my
good.
god. All right, so I'm just kind of carving this out right here. We're gonna give you a nice high cheekbone.
Love it.
Yep. And I love this stuff. It's just like super creamy, buttery. This is like my go-to contour. So we decided to collaborate because we were kind of like, I don't know. I think I just DM'd you and I was like, let's do a collab.
Yeah, and I mean,
I just love your content, so I'm always just like,
thank you.
Yeah.
I definitely try to do, you know, I have a focus on food, but
yeah,
I definitely try to do beauty, fashion, lifestyle,
yeah, I feel like
Boston
you
culture.
have really good fashion.
Thank you.
Yeah, like I always love what you're wearing.
My friends describe me as boho chic.
Oh, yeah.
Hobo chic.
So
but yeah, I'm trying to break more into beauty and fashion and lifestyle.
Yeah, cool.
And I think I've been doing that a little bit.
But I've definitely noticed it.
Yeah, the key is to do it slowly.
But you don't want to like freak your followers out, right?
But I also just love collaborating with other Boston bloggers.
Me too.
Other badass ladies.
This is like my favorite thing to do. Like, I obviously love filming tutorials and like, you know, Instagram, whatever, but like when I get to meet people that like do this, that you can like relate on another level with, I'm like, I love this.
Me too.
Not a lot of people like get what goes into it and like can relate on that level. So that's like my favorite part. As you guys can tell. I just love talking to people and like meeting people. I'm actually gonna go in with the Makeup Forever Pro Bronze Fusion. I kind of toggle back and forth between this one and the Tarte one, but I feel like this one's a little bit more like smooth for your skin, so I'm gonna just kind of go right over the contour. This is just going to warm up the face a teeny bit more.
I'm going to need to go somewhere after this.
I was going to say, are you going anywhere? What
are you doing? To watch Dr. Phil. Oh my God.
Gonna highlight with, this is the...
love this packaging.
Yeah.
Dose of Colors?
Yeah, Dose of Colors. The Katie Desi collaboration.
Desi Perkins. Spirit animal.
Same.
Like,
obsessed
she's
with
one.
her.
Like, I love...
Obsessed with
also,
her.
why hasn't E picked up a show about Desi
and Steven and Katie and John?
Rizy, Karen.
I know.
Why?
I don't know. It will happen.
It needs to happen. I've been saying it for years.
This, I just got this. Like, I decided to order stuff from their collab or whatever. And this is the one they brought back. And I have not used another highlight since. Because it's so good. Like, you guys will see, like, it's almost like this sheen. It's hard to explain. Like, all the tutorials I watched with it, I was like, oh my God, I need that. Like, can you guys see? Like, this is just like... Oh my God, it looks so good. Get
all of this stuff.
Like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like a sheen. It's not just like a highlight. It just feels like an all over. It's so good.
You know what's great right now is I don't feel like I have a lot of makeup on at all.
Good. Good. I
actually feel like I have nothing on my face.
Oh, that makes me happy. Yeah. I never like the feeling. No one likes the feeling of like there's stuff all over me, you know? I'm going to open this up. This is the RCMA No Color powder. It's basically a translucent powder. It's the stupidest packaging because it's a mess every time, but it's
oh my God, yeah.
And I'm really just going to use this as like a stencil so that
is this baking?
Yeah, sort of.
I never know what that is.
So this is really just to catch all the fallout because we're gonna we're gonna use like a lot of eyeshadow today.
I didn't know this exists.
Yeah, so this is kind of a good trick where like it'll catch the fallout and then you wipe it away and it'll give you like a nice clean line right here.
And it doesn't wipe off your...
No. Okay, we have an inspo photo, but we're really inspired by a sprinkled donut. We just felt like that made sense for us,
me every
right?
day.
Yeah. So we want to be colorful. I also feel like fall, like right now, neon is so in. Like this year, like fall neon is like a thing. So like let's go bright. I'm probably gonna live in this palette today. It just has everything I need. This is the Jaclyn Morphe palette. Most of you guys know that. If you watch my videos, I use this guy all day long. When I get these big palettes like this, I like to like kind of group them. So I'm like, these 4 shades would look really good together. And I just kind of like group them, or like I do these 2 together a lot. I do these 3 a lot. So like, you kind of just have to separate them out like they're like 5 different palettes. These are all the shimmers. Okay, I'm gonna start with, second from this one right here. Really keeping it concentrated right here in the crease. But this is really just like our first color. Also gonna dip back into the palette and go with this lighter shade as well and do that right on top. I can't wait to see how this turns out.
I'm so excited. I've always also wondered, some artists do eyes first.
Yes.
Some do it second. What's the why, and what's the actual right way to do it?
So, I don't think there is a right way. Like today I was like, oh, I'm gonna do her eyes first because this is a like dramatic eye. But then I was like, I hate doing eyes first. I always just like to do the face first. I think it's just how I was like, how I started doing makeup. So it's just like my natural, you know? But I get the reason to do just your eyes first, because then if there's fallout, you can just wipe it away and then start fresh. Right. So I think like the more dramatic the eye, the more reason to do that first. But like I said, like it's just personal preference. I'm actually gonna be toggling back and forth between this red shade and this purple shade right here, this guy. Just gonna start with the red, and we're gonna keep this concentrated on the outer corner and like right underneath her eyebrow, like her eyebrow bone's right here, and I like to just keep this concentrated right underneath that. So we want the orange and like yellowy shades to show up at the top, and this to really like create the dimension on the lid, if that makes sense. So Brittany was just telling me that she's from Wells, Maine, which I had no idea, and I'm from
Wells,
New Hampshire.
Maine.
Oh, we don't have a Manch Vegas thing, but that's probably better.
You have Manch Vegas, it's enough.
True. But that's crazy because I feel like so many people I meet here, and like since living here for 5 years, they're all Massachusetts people. Yeah. Okay, I'm going back in with that yellowy shade. This is looking bomb, by the way.
So excited.
I just took a peek, and I feel really good about it. I'm going back into that like bright yellow shade, and I'm just gonna hit the like right below the brow bone because I want like that to peek out a little bit more. Yeah, something about these eyeshadow shades, like they're just the most blendable, easiest thing to work with. Okay, I'm going in with a more precise guy right here, and I'm going to hit this that purple shade that I was dipping into. I'm gonna grab that, and I'm going to bring that down onto her, look up for me, lash line right here. I'm gonna smoke this out, oh yeah, all the way in, really light. I'm gonna dip back into like those pinky red shades too, and I'm gonna build those right on top. What camera do you have?
I use my iPhone.
You do not? For everything?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I have 2.
You must just be bomb at editing.
I think I am pretty good at editing at this point, but I have 2 digital cameras, and I don't know how to I just don't know how to use them.
That's like shocking to me.
So that's a fun fact.
I would never have guessed that.
Well, the most important thing when you're doing food photography, probably anything, but like mainly with food, is lighting. So I always opt for natural light. When you have natural light, you can use your iPhone and make any photo look bomb. Yeah. The problem is when you go to a dim lit restaurant, which every blogger hates winter because it gets dark at 3. Right. So any dinner you have,
I didn't even think of that.
Black, which is tough. So, you know, if I were to go to a dinner and just use my iPhone, it would not work because flash would overlighten it and wash out the photo. Right. And without it, you wouldn't be able to see anything. So I actually have a handheld fluorescent light, and that is like my lifesaver. If I showed you a picture that I took with that light in a dark black restaurant, you would have no idea because it looks...
It's just a handheld, like...
Yep, and it can attach to your digital.
Cool.
It's from I think it's B&H Photo.
Okay.
But it's literally, you can tone it up, tone it down, you can make it blue, you can make it more yellow.
That's sick.
I know.
So I'm going back into Fuego, and we're just gonna hit her, this is a tiny little E21 smudge brush, and we're just gonna hit the brow bone up here. This is just gonna like accentuate the brow bone and like make the eye pop. I'm also gonna hit your inner corner right here. And this will just brighten up your eyes. What type of questions do you get from people all the time?
I get so many questions.
Yeah.
a lot of recommendations, which honestly, I struggle with this. You know, I've gone so many places that it's like, I don't even know what to recommend anymore. And like,
you know so many good places.
Right, like what I like more than something else might not be what someone else. So I always say, if you want a recommendation, I'll give you some of my favorites, and then you go lurk the menu and figure out what you want.
I get it. It's like very intimidating.
It's very intimidating.
It's like talking about makeup. I'm like,
right,
it may work for me, but like you may hate it.
Right,
and like that's okay. Like everything I use doesn't have to work for everybody.
Right.
And it definitely won't work for everybody.
That's why I say the best thing to do is look at my feed, look where I'm going. I try to be non-biased, cover different cultures, different cuisines.
Yeah, you're good at that.
And that's the best way to do it. See what looks good and then further investigate. And I get a lot of questions on like, how did I do it?
Yeah, like how did you grow your following?
Which I kind of covered in the beginning.
There's
it's
really
like,
no answer.
You gotta be different. Nowadays, you know, there are so many, just speaking about food because that's what I know.
Yes.
There are so many food accounts.
So many.
And everyone's gonna go and they're gonna post the same picture of the spaghetti.
Yeah.
So why is someone going to go to your page and not someone else's?
Yeah.
So you got to think of ways to make it different. That's why I always try to do funny captions. I try to use current events, relate to something that's going on. Be timely with that. Put myself in it. Also,
not just the food.
Not just the food. And do fun stuff like this. Like, this is a cool Q&A. People are learning about makeup and are learning about food blogging. It's a fun collaboration that's different and a little out of the box. And, you know, I always... My famous quote is like, stop doing things that you think people want to see. I obviously want to like...
Do what you want to see.
Do what you want to see. I obviously cater to my follower base, as I should, but like, people might not like this because it's makeup. I don't really care.
Yeah,
I mean,
but you're like, I like it.
I like it, so just don't watch it. You know, don't be afraid to be innovative because you're afraid it's off-brand. Like, when people tell me my things are off-brand, I'm like, cool, my brand is me. So that's an inaccurate statement.
That's
because you're telling me something doesn't fit with my own vibe that I created. It's like,
when I first started, I was like makeup all the way. And then I was kind of like, you know what? I want to do travel. I want to do lifestyle. I love fashion. There's so much to have to choose. Okay, so for lips, I'm going to use the Neutrogena color stick in pink grapefruit, and then this is the pink lemonade. This is a cream lipstick from Tarte. It just feels
really
like chapstick, right?
It does, yeah.
For me.
Smells great.
Right? It's so good. Tell me your top favorite, that color looks so good, top favorite restaurants in Boston.
It's hard to pick top favorites.
Like, top two.
Top two. I love Copa in the South End.
Yes.
So I used to live right near there. So I'd go all the time. Lately, I've been going to Dumpling Cafe. So a lot of you guys ask about dumplings.
Yeah.
And Dumpling Cafe is my jam.
Because this is just gonna... The setting spray is important because it's gonna make your makeup last. But more importantly, it makes all the powders like sink into your skin and just be like more seamless. And I just feel like my face doesn't look the same if I don't set it.
Interesting.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's probably...
I usually never set it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so pretty.
Yeah, it looks awesome.
Wow.
I love it.
I love it too.
Good. Okay,
you succeeded.
Awesome. Yes. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for coming on my channel.
Thank you for having me.
So fun. I will see you guys in my next upload. Thank you so much for watching.
Thanks, guys.
Bye. Get it. Here I am.
You succeeded. I didn't do anything.
Holy shit. So good. My mouth is
Me
literally
too. I can smell it. I'm like,
wow, 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 wow.
yes, 5 minutes.
Right?